you made it to the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast. If you haven't been here yet, I'm your host, Dr. Amanda, the Money Healer. Every week on this podcast, you'll learn money mindset, manifestation, and business scaling strategies that will help you make the big bucks doing exactly what you love to do in your business. Oh yeah, high fives. Why do I do this? Because after I went from food stamps to six figures in my business in its first year, it's been my quest to help you learn how to work less, make more, and have fun scaling your business from what I call your zone of manifestation. Now let's get to it. Hello, gorgeous NFA, no fucking around money mamas. Dr. Amanda, the Money Healer here. I'm so psyched for today's episode because it's going to be a quick, practical action step to help you manifest using a journaling practice that really draws upon the law of attraction. And I'm going to teach you the exact steps, and I'm even going to read you a journal entry out of my journal so you have the exact roadmap of how to use this. This is one of my favorite strategies because it's so easy, and I've used it to manifest my husband, my house, clients, opportunities, an awesome life. Like I use this is probably, I'd say, one of my number one manifestation strategies. And, I want you to think about this for a second. Do you have resistance to journaling? Whenever I start with new clients, if they aren't already practiced at journaling, they resist big time. And I've noticed this every time. And it's so fascinating to watch because what I realized when I started talking to them about it and getting them into the journaling habit is that it was because they didn't really know what to do. So they'd sit down with their journal and they'd go like, I'm not really sure what to write. And so they kind of just stare at the blank page and feel stupid. And no one likes to feel stupid. So they just wouldn't do it. And so I want to give you a really simple strategy today of how to do, this is a specific to scripting. Yet it's one that you could do every single day and it'll help you manifest. It gets you inspired. It gets you alive. It gets you high vibe. And you could do this practice in 10 minutes or less a day. You could even do it in 5 if you wanted to just get the habit going. And then what you'll notice is you want to do it more because it's fun. But just start a 5-minute habit. Really simple. Okay, so I'm going to break it down for you exactly. So again, today we're talking about how to use this law of attraction journaling strategy to manifest more easily. And you can use this for anything that you're wanting to manifest in life or in business. And so I got to change this here for a second so you can see better if you're watching on YouTube. Okay, so step number 1, you're going to start with the statement, I am so happy and grateful now that. So write this statement down. This is the statement you want to use because it makes it really easy for you to get into the present state in your journal where you're writing as if you've already created something. So you're being present in your journal, but you're writing almost in past tense, like things have already happened. So imagine, you're writing Dear Diary when you were a kid and you're writing about things that have already happened and things that you're dreaming about and things like that. This is exactly how this method is going to work. In scripting, you're writing about things that have happened. And so what you're doing is manifesting from that state of stepping into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Neville Goddard says you must step into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And what this does is it gets you to start visualizing it clearly and tap into the emotion of it. And whenever you tap into the emotions of something as if it's already happened, your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. This is a really powerful thing to consider. There have been a lot of really cool studies done. One example of this is bicep curls. They had people do bicep curls and physically do them. And then they compared them to a group of people who imagined themselves doing bicep curls. And the people who imagined doing the bicep curls gained muscle mass. Not quite as much as the people who actually did it, but they gained muscle mass in a high percentage. And so your mind is powerful. And of course, I'm a money mindset coach. So you know that I'm always going to tell you how powerful your mind is and that everything that you think about is what you end up creating in the world. So a visualization-based practice in your journaling helps you create and manifest the reality that you're writing about. And that's what scripting is all about. It's helping you step into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It's helping you visualize it clearly, especially because you're doing it repetitively. Okay, so step number 2 is that you're going to do this daily. You're going to script daily. And the reason I say daily is because remember, with the NFA money formula, you are going to recognize, reframe, repeat to reprogram. That's the 3-step NFA money formula. So here what you're doing is you're recognizing by bringing to your conscious awareness that which you're choosing to manifest. So you're writing about it in this way of like, ooh, I'm writing like the love story of my life in my journal. I always think of journaling as being my Bible of myself. It's like, I'm really connecting with myself and I'm getting to know myself. I'm envisioning my dreams. I'm reflecting, I'm experiencing, I'm growing. And so scripting is just a fun journaling strategy that you can add to whatever journaling method you already use. And if you're not using one, start with this one. It's really simple and just do it for 5 minutes a day. Like I said, okay, so number one, again, go back. You're going to write down, I am so happy and grateful now that, and I'm going to give you an exact example. I'm going to read it so you can dig into this more. So you're going to start with that. I'm so happy and grateful now that. You're going to do this practice daily. And you're going to, number 3, visualize what you scripted for 2 minutes, okay? So after you're done scripting, spend a couple minutes doing the scripting. You could write 1 page. You could write up to 20 pages. It's up to you, but just start, if you haven't done this at all, just start with 1 page and you can start big or small, okay? So in this example, when you start with, I am so happy and grateful now that, let's say you're manifesting, let's see, I was going to say a relationship-based one because I did this with relationships. So I manifested my husband in a lot of ways in this way. And I manifested business opportunities big time. And so what I'll do, let's take a business example. If I'm going to write about a business example, I'll write, I am so happy and grateful now that I get highly paid to speak on stages and I make 10K plus per event. I just got to do an event, blank, 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 and describe it out and be like, oh my God, when I was on stage, I felt amazing and incredible. And I got a standing ovation. And what happens is you see when you're writing it, you start to visualize it. Your brain starts to see it and feel it and experience it as if it's already true. And when you repeat this, you reprogram your mindset. And your mindset then is scanning your reality to fulfill what you see to be true in your mind. And that's why it works, because you're doing it daily. You're recognizing what you want. You're visualizing it in your mind. You're reframing your brain continuously toward what you choose to manifest. And then you're repeating. And what this does is reprograms your money mindset. And because your brain is such a powerful visualization tool, it wants to create what you're thinking about, what you're dreaming about, and what you're feeling. And that's how the law of attraction works, right? You're always going to get what you believe. And so in your journal, you're using it as a belief shaping strategy. So this is really fun. Okay. So let me read an example to you this is straight out of my journal so you can know exactly how to do it. Okay. And let's see here. I'm going to read it to you. So here's one that I did today. This was my journaling for today. I am so happy and grateful now that I wake up every morning feeling rested and alive. My body is strong and healthy. And let me pause here for a second from the reading. I want you to think about this as you're writing stuff that's already going awesome in your life and just reinforcing it. And you're also adding to it. So some of the things that I'm going to read in this journal entry are things that are already in my life that are aligned and I'm just reinforcing. And some of the things are things that I'm manifesting. And so just write it as if your life is exactly perfect as you choose for it to be, right? So you're going to describe in all the details, things that are exactly as you envision them and in its ideal state. Okay. So just think about it. I love the word scripting because it's like you're writing a play of your life. Okay. And so that's how you want to think about this when you're writing down your scripting. You can do it as a day. You can do it as a week, a month, a year. You could write out your perfect work week. You could write out your perfect year, or you could pick a small event that you're manifesting or a small manifestation, or be really broad and specific. So you could kind of write out your entire life manifestation, like, oh, this, and this has all happened. You know, you could pretend you're writing it 20 years from now, or you could pretend you're writing it at the end of the month after you've manifested what you choose in a new program launch. So there's a lot of different ways to use it. So just play with it and have fun. Okay, I'm going to go back to reading mine and I'll read all the way through it and then give you some highlights. Okay. So I am so happy and grateful now that I wake up every morning feeling rested and alive. My body is strong and healthy. I love going to my living room that overlooks the mountains to drink my tea, read, journal, and meditate with my honey. I run on the mountain trails right by my house and then start my quote unquote work day that feels like play. My business, ... Team NFA Money is rocking it. They're on it, and so my company is growing rapidly, on its way to fulfilling my vision of impacting 5 million people. Eek! I always add excitement in there. The Woman Entrepreneur podcast has 5,000 plus downloads per episode. Wahoo! And the NFA Money YouTube channel is growing like crazy. Both are attracting my 5-star ideal clients, and the community is connected, engaged, and feels like family. My NFA Money Mama Mastermind attracts high vibe women entrepreneurs who are breaking through their money blocks fast and making more and more money every month. It is my chosen family, and I love and appreciate the women who join. They are my client soulmates. I am now a highly paid keynote speaker, $10K per event, and I get more invites than I could ever possibly fulfill. I just published my second book, and it's gone bestseller on Amazon in the first week. My investments have exponentially increased, and I am financially free, having everything paid from my multiple passive streams of income. Abe and I travel when we want to and are filling our national parks stamp book on our adventures. Our love and connection just keeps growing and growing, and we are so in love and feeling blessed to get to live our lives together. Recently, I took my kids on a shopping spree and bought them whatever they wanted. It was so fun. For Christmas this year, Abe and I are taking our entire family on an all expenses paid trip to the snowy mountains for 10 days of fun. Life is freaking good. Okay, so that's just an example. And if you want to see that example, if you go to thewomanentrepreneur.podcast.com, and go to blog, this is in a blog post so that you can see what I've written here so that you can use it as an example for yourself. I know sometimes when you're hearing it, it's hard to recreate it. So if you need it in written form, just go to the blog post on the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast page, .com page, and you'll see this exact example there. And I just want to reinforce for you, this method is so simple and so easy and so fun. And I'm telling you, you will be shocked what happens if you implement it on a daily basis. And 5 days a week. I don't generally journal on the weekends. I usually do it during the weekdays. And I'm doing exactly what I tell you. I write that down. And then what I do next is I visualize it. So all I do, you don't need to overcomplicate this. You just turn some lovely music on. I usually do like meditation style music, or I have these chakra chants that I love. And I just turn it on. And I set a timer for 2 minutes, and I close my eyes and I just visualize everything that I just wrote down and scripted. And you just tap into the feeling, see yourself living the experiences, feel the energy that you would feel high vibe, raise your vibration. Everything that I'm teaching you here is about you raising your vibration so that you can match in frequency that which you're choosing to create consciously. Then you get to be a deliberate creator of your universe. And that's only going to happen if you raise your vibe. If what you're writing about in your journal every day is, I feel like shit, things are bad, I'm freaked out, that's okay. You do want to see those things, and you don't want to avoid them. You want to face them. But if all you're doing is focusing on the negative parts of what's going on in your life, and you're not recreating a new future, you're going to keep getting what you've always gotten. And I want you to know, if you 100% believed and knew that you create your reality through your thoughts, wouldn't you every single day get up and intentionally be a deliberate creator of your reality? Heck yeah, I would. I do. And I want that for you too. And if you believe in this strategy and you keep doing it on a regular basis, I want you to share with me what happens, because it has changed my world. And my clients who do it regularly get incredible results. So I want you to try it. And then here's your action step. This is really fun. I'm totally geeking out about this, and I'm really excited to start sharing it with you. Let's see. Let me hide that so you can see it if you're watching on YouTube. Go to speakpipe.com, SPEAK, pipe, PIPE.com, and then / the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast. And this is so cool. you can actually send me a voice message and I will highlight you on the podcast. So you can either send, your questions and I'll answer them for you. You could send your favorite episode. You could send lessons you've learned from episodes. So for today, if you went to speakpipe.com/The Woman Entrepreneur Podcast, you will be able to record a 90-second message. And this is cool because what you'll do is you'll say your name and your business, which highlights you and your business. And I'm manifesting 5,000 downloads per episode, so you'll get a lot of exposure. We already are in the top 5% on listen notes globally for this podcast. So you get a lot of exposure, and then just share how manifesting is working for you. You could share it. I tried the journaling scripting. Here's what the results I'm getting. You could also ask questions, or you can just share what you're getting out of the Women Entrepreneur Podcast. I really love to hear from you. It helps me know that you're getting something out of it. I got a message yesterday on Instagram from a listener, and it made me cry. Like, it was so awesome. She was sharing you're easy to listen to, and I really got a lot out of it. And it was really cool because what she shared is that, she's been a six-figure, I think she worked in the corporate world, and she's been six figures for a long time. And she's always thinking so interesting that people are so driven to six figures, because for her, that wasn't a block. She was already at six figures. But then when she listened to the episode on money blocks, she's like, oh my God, I have these money blocks. And so I want everyone here to remember, when you're breaking through to the next level, it doesn't matter what the number is. It's not about getting to six figures or seven figures or 8 or 9 or 10 or even 50K a year, whatever it is. It's wherever you're at and your self-imposed glass ceiling. That's what you've got to break through. You're playing your game. You're in your world. You're creating your universe, right? And so wherever you're at, I promise you have money blocks. I've never met a person who doesn't. And so everything I teach you on the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast is to help you break through your own BS and break through your own glass ceiling to get to whatever level it is that you choose to get to and feel really damn good about it. I want you to be aligned and feel like you're inspired and waking up doing what you love, and you're scripting and it's manifesting, and you're just like, oh yeah, life is awesome. Money's flowing in. I serve the people I love, and everything is flowing. That's the goal here. Okay. So share with me on SpeakPipe, speakpipe.com/The Woman Entrepreneur Podcast. Let me know how scripting is going. And I'm loving that you're here. I'm so enjoying bringing all of this knowledge, wisdom, experience to you and helping you heal your relationship to money so you can manifest everything you choose to manifest. Until next time, NFA money making high fives. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast. If you're ready to break through to the next income level in your business, go to www.thewomanentrepreneurpodcast.com to get more money mindset, manifestation, and business scaling resources. Again, that's www.thewomanentrepreneurpodcast.com. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.